Hey there, I'm Savannah Wynn with Southeast Tombstone and Cemetery Restoration. I am sweating because it's hot as Hades out here at Mt.Pleasant Church Cemetery in Coosa, Georgia. I'm here to talk a little bit about the Wynns and the Allens who are buried here. For the history buffs, Coosa, Georgia used to be called, here's the cemetery by the way. Orenburg / Coosa is right outside of Rome, Georgia, and within Floyd County. The cemetery is pretty small, and I've only done a few new monuments here myself, so it doesn't grow very quickly. There are still spots over there open. They've been burying here, I guess, since the late 1800s. I did not find that information before starting this video. I'm standing in the row of Allens and Wynns that I am about to start talking about. The first Wynn that I believe, this is my theory, was buried here is Marcus Cicero Wynn. He was married to Sarah E. Mangrum. Sorry if I said that wrong. There's a little bit of confusion about her last name. Marcus died in 1897. No documentation back then. I believe they were living out here. 1901, we have our first documented Wynn out here. That's Marcine's son or daughter, infant Allen, right here. Died at 2 days old in 1901. In 1916, Gertrude died. Gertrude's another of Marcus and Sarah's children. Gertrude was sent here for burial according to her death certificate. She's in an unmarked grave. I've looked all over. I can't find her grave. It must be unmarked, or maybe I just missed it. But I've looked at every headstone here. 1920, we have our second documented Wynn here. That's Lawrence. This is Marcus and Sarah's grandson. His parents are Eli and Essie, and they're buried, I believe, in Lindale. December 5th, 1920. 1929. Sarah died. She was living in Chattanooga. They did a death certificate, sent her to either Orenburg, or it may have said the church cemetery, the cemetery name. I cannot remember. But she was sent to this area, at least, for burial. 1929, Sarah died. 1930, Ellen died. She was sent to Mt.Pleasant for burial. So we know she's here too. 1959, Ellen died. Marcine died. She's over here. Headstone, documented then. So, documented, we know for a fact that infant Allen is here. Gertrude, Lawrence, Sarah, Ellen, and Marcine are all here. Why would Marcus not be? Yes, people are often buried without their spouses next to them. Yes, sometimes one spouse is marked with a headstone and the other isn't. In this case, neither of them are marked, and neither are Gertrude or Ellen. So, my theory is that the two marble stones that have been here for decades could be Sarah and Marcus. Could be. Two graves right here, unmarked completely, could be Ellen and Gertrude. I don't think that anyone is buried past this line, this way. There used to be trees over here from what I remember. And just looking at the ground, especially, it sounds crazy, but looking at the ground in the fall after leaves have fallen, you can see graves that you can't see in the summer. Just trust me on that. Also, usually grass is more lush inside of where a grave is than outside. Just trust me on this. I don't think there's any graves past here. So, my thought is Marcus died. They saved a spot for Sarah. The baby died. They bought the whole line, or reserved the whole line right here. Possibly. Other baby died. Stick them next to their grandparents. And then so forth. Marcine's family is buried over here. Again, it's just a theory. They could be in that lot way over there. I don't understand what's going on over here at all, and it doesn't seem quite big enough for a grave. So this area has always confused me, because this is sticking out pretty far, by the way. It's empty. My theory is that a tree could have been right here at one point. and they just buried it around the tree. I don't think there's a big enough space for any burials there. I don't think there's any burials here. In fact, I think this used to be like a access road or something for the cemetery or something else. Could have been an old road. But just looking at the landscape, it kind of looks that way. So, strongly, I believe that they are all in one straight line. But again, I could be wrong. They could be over there. They could be over right there between the end of that lot and right here. This is not 10 feet though, and usually 10 feet are reserved for graves. That doesn't mean much though. So, that's my theory. I will post some more information about it below. Any questions I'll be happy to answer. I can give you copies of all the death certificates. I can show you all the evidence I have. I am absolutely open to other theories. This is just my theory, and I would like to show everybody these graves and what I'm talking about for people who can't make it out here, and who are curious about why anyone believes that Marcus and Sarah are buried here. Or Marcus at least, because we know Sarah's here. Alright, signing off. Thank you.